Hi, my name is George Jameson, and I'm here today to talk to you about Genesis Safety Systems and SureStop technology. We make a digital microcircuit that controls the third brake light in passenger vehicles, the brake light on motorcycles, and both brake lights on commercial vehicles and heavy equipment trailers, dump trucks, school buses, anything that rolls on the road, we help to prevent rear end collisions. I'm modulating the brake light with pulse width modulation in a purely digital microcircuit that controls it during the braking and slowing process. It's always been our job as salespeople to be the last guy on the front line. And with SureStop technology, it doesn't matter where you are in the sales process or how you do your sales process. At some point, you're going to demonstrate the vehicle. When you demonstrate the vehicle, you demonstrate SureStop. SureStop technology, knowing how it works and what it does is very, very important. When you first apply the brakes, it's going to modulate the brake light, the third brake light of the car, 4 times very rapidly. If you're on and off the brake, it will appear to function normally. So if you're in stop and go traffic, you're not irritating the guy behind you. But when you actually stay on the brake and you slow down and you're stopped and your foot's on the brake, it cycles every 5.25 seconds a pattern, 2, pause, 1. And that's what we use for commercial vehicles and passenger vehicles. For motorcycles, it's a little bit busier. So knowing how the product works and knowing how to demonstrate the product is very, very helpful. Also knowing the statistics. I mean, you want to show this product and know the statistics. I mean, for crying out loud, the age 18 years old to 25 years old, the #1 cause of death is distracted driving. That's a tremendous statistic that it's staggering. Daimler-Benz did a study that said if you had 1 more second of warning, 90% of all rear end collisions could be averted. It could be, avoided 100%. So we feel that this product's going to give your customers 1 more second of warning, and it's going to mitigate 90% of all rear end collisions. One of the things that I would talk to the customer about is the cell phone. Whether they use a cell phone or not, they've seen people in the stoplight, stop sign, in traffic, texting, talking on the phone. We have to protect ourselves from rear end collisions. The manufacturer's done a great job with airbags. I mean, they started with a driver airbag, then a passenger airbag, and then side airbags, and rollover airbags, knee airbag. There's no airbags for rear end collisions. One of the things that I would talk to the customers about is the long-term back and neck injuries that are associated with rear end collisions. Some of those persist for an individual's lifetime. If this could stop just 1 rear end collision, what would it be worth? So if there's any pushback from the customer, we got your back. We wouldn't sell you a car without it. We stand on safety. This product is the only product that works after you stop. It's 100% made in USA. It's patented technology. It has a lifetime warranty. It is the answer for distracted driving, to get the attention and protect your customer's back. In order to be very effective at selling it, you just got to demonstrate it and talk about it. You got to believe in it, just like you do your product. You have to know your product, believe in your product, and sell your product. So if you're thinking that price is going to be an issue, this product is going to save lives. It's going to prevent damage and injury. So if we just took damage, just damage for last year alone, there was $300 billion in damage from rear end collisions. So there's millions of rear end collisions that occur every year. The average cost to repair the vehicle, not counting time lost, not counting injury, not counting any insurance deductibles or anything, just to repair the vehicles, the average cost is $9,800. So that led into about $300 billion worth of damage. What is it worth to have this product on your car and not have to go through that? Because it's gonna prevent you from getting rear-ended. No matter what the cost is, you absolutely need to have this rear end collision countermeasure. Folks, I mean, think about it. What happens when you get into an accident? It goes on Carfax. Now you automatically have diminished value. You go to trade your car in, nobody wants it. Oh, it's been in an accident. Really? If you could avoid even a fender bender, as soon as it's reported, now you have the stigma on your car that says, well, it's been in an accident, it's really only worth half. I mean, how do you really mitigate this diminished value? Prevent the collision from occurring to begin with. And this will do it. This product will garner the attention of the trailing driver 256 times better than a regular light. I mean, there's all kinds of statistics. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration 5 years ago said a product that modulated or pulsed or flashed the third brake light would reduce rear-end collisions by 40%. Now, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has been very conservative in their estimates. At that time, rear-end collisions comprised about 22% of all collisions. Today, rear-end collisions are 51% of all collisions. Over half of all collisions are rear-end collisions. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think the texting is going to slow down or has slowed down since 5 years ago. And I don't think it's going to slow down tomorrow or next week. In fact, 30% of adult drivers said they access the internet while operating a motor vehicle. 50% of teenage drivers have admitted to texting and driving. And I think the other 50% were afraid they were going to get in trouble if they said they did. So the distracted driving is a huge, huge issue. If we talked about commercial vehicles, I'll give you a statistic that's staggering. If a passenger vehicle rear ends a tractor trailer, 81% of the time there's a fatality. Think about those numbers for a second. So if you run your car into the back of a tractor trailer, there's an 80% chance that you're going to die. This product will get the attention of people who are texting and driving, people who are adjusting their radio controls. That flashing light will catch your eye and immediately refocus you back on driving. Yeah, we make a product for tractor trailers, we make a product for motorcycles, we make a product for passenger vehicles, cars, trucks, and SUVs. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, you can only get it at a participating dealer. So these guys that have this product loaded on their cars are going to have a selling advantage. They're going to have an advantage with CSI. They're going to have an advantage with referrals. I mean, we have chiropractors and doctors and police officers that are interested in having this product on not only on their work cars, but on their personal cars, because they know there isn't anything else out there that can get your back like this product. And really, we're most susceptible now to a collision from someone else running into us. If we could prevent that from happening 90% of the time, what is that worth? How can you put a price tag on that? How can you put a price tag on reducing the $300 billion just in damages? Not to mention the injuries and the loss of time, loss of work. One of the things that I would talk to my customers about, especially if they had children, is, folks, where are the kids going to sit? Where do you put them? You got little kids, they're in car seats. If your kids are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, they're in the back. Why? Because in the past, that's been the safest place for them. But with this distracted driving epidemic, these rear-end collisions increasing, they're susceptible to injury in the back of that car unless we can do something to get the attention of a distracted driver behind us. So this product, especially when you're selling a car to families, has to be demonstrated. You have to make those points known to the customer so that they can understand the effectiveness of this in protecting their family. Some of the other things that we probably should talk about is inclement weather. I'm from back east, and I'll tell you what we did on snowy roads and icy roads in rain and freezing rain is we pumped our brakes. Now, part of that's because I'm old and we didn't have anti-lock brakes back then, and we had to be able to continue to steer the vehicle. But when you came to a stop in an icy road or in foggy conditions or in rainy conditions, we pumped the brakes. We actually made them lights flash so that we could get the attention of a trailing driver. This product will digitally pump your brakes each and every time you start the slowing and stopping process. And as long as your foot's on the brake, it will continue to cycle through and digitally modulate that light, getting the attention of a trailing driver or a distracted driver. It helps prevent them from running into you, period. That guy's immediately going to focus on that light, and all of this cognitive function occurs. Is the car moving? Is it sitting still? How far away is it? All of that comes right to the forefront of the driver's mind, refocuses them back on driving. And that's what we want to do, is we want to get their attention, refocus them back on driving, and prevent these trailing drivers from running into you. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I wouldn't have a car without it.